Check out this brand new method that I just discovered in order to get to 500 days as easy as humanly possible. For this, preferably you will be using the cook class. Now I equipped the ranger class because I forgot to change my class before coming in here. But like any normal placer, you'll be getting wood first. Now I'm going to be breaking down exactly what you need to know, right? So, first of all, in order to get to X amount of days, however many days you want to get to, you need a couple of things, alright? The first thing you'll need is obviously a fire to keep you alive, because if you don't have a fire, then the deer is going to attack you. And the second thing is you need food, alright? Food will provide you so that you don't starve and lose your HP. And also, there's one more thing, which is basically setting up defense for the cultists to not attack you. Now, this strategy that I have completely ignores 2 out of 3 of those things. Basically, what that means is that you will no longer need a campfire to be at full progress. You can have your campfire dead, so you don't need to maintain it at all times. And also, you don't need to set up a defense around your base and actually have teammates to actually, get rid of those cultists. You can literally do this solo. I'm just going to do this in a group just because it is a bit easier to gather resources, right? So, what we will be going for though is you will have to get the next level of the crafting table. Alright, that will be crucial. So we're just going to go ahead and chop down a bit of wood just so we can ensure that. And in addition, make sure this guy does it. I told this guy burns the logs, I'm gonna crash out. But we're going to go ahead and hopefully put those logs in the grinder because we want to go and get next level. Yo, wrong spot, buddy. It's alright. So we need a couple of logs and we need 1 scrap in order to get to the next level. Now, at the next level, you might be wondering, why am I trying to rush to this level? What am I trying to achieve? Well, for this, you will need a bit of wood because you will be crafting a crock pot. Now, what this crock pot will allow you to do is it will allow you to craft the best food source in the entire game. Which, oh no, it's not here. It's after this, then you need one more stage, and you can craft the next food source in the entire game. So, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go out exploring. And, okay, let's get 1 piece of scrap for the next level. But in addition, we're also going to go ahead and try to get as many pieces of wood and scrap as possible. Now, the best way to get wood is to go into one of the houses and use the chairs as not fuel, but use the chairs in the grinder, because each chair gives 5 wood value, and you can probably get around 4 chairs. Also, don't worry about the first night because the deer won't attack you. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and get a piece of scrap because why not? And let's continue exploring. We are trying to find a house. If we find a house, that would be so good for us. So, okay, that is not a house. That's a shed. We're trying to find like one of those massive houses. Alright, never mind. I'm gonna pick up that piece of scrap because it's so much bigger. Look, I'm trying to leave 4 space open so I can actually grab these chairs. That is the main part of this. Now, it is nighttime, so it will be a bit more difficult to spot things. I think... Oh, yeah, this is the house that I've been talking about. Now, I'm pretty sure this is looted. Yeah, someone took the chairs here because it's not supposed to be 4 chairs. And I'm hoping that they put it in the grinder and they don't just throw away those chairs. That would be really bad. Either way, we do have a good axe. So in case if they do actually waste those chairs, we can just go ahead and get wood manually if need be. Now, these watchtowers normally don't have anything worth it because they don't normally have chairs, and sometimes they just have flashlights, so it is kind of bad. But I'm just gonna go up here. Oh, alright, never mind. It was worth it. Got some fuel canisters. Let's open up this chest as well. Maybe we can get like a good sack. Never mind, a spear. I'll take it, but it's not preferred. Gonna continue exploring, and we are just looking for the chairs. That's all we need, because getting those chairs will help us get... Okay, never mind. There's 2 woods right next to each other. I'm just going to set on the 2 woods and just bring as many of them home as possible. I can go back and get that piece of wood, because I'm going to be exploring in a similar direction as well. But anyhow, let's just head home, drop off all our loot, and we need to speedrun to the level 3 crafting table in order to get the crock pot. Now, in addition to getting the crock pot, you'll also need, yes, like this, you'll need farms. Because farms will allow you to get a lot of carrots in, right? And these carrots will basically make it so that you can just get a whole bunch of stew. You need to craft as much stew as possible. And that's actually why the cook class is the best class for this. Because the cook class allows you to cook stew really, really fast. So, we're missing 1 piece of scrap. We can just throw it in. There we go. We have next level, and now we're going for a level 3 crafting bench. Now, we are really low on wood, which makes me believe that some people, they just wasted the wood from the actual little houses. but we're going to go ahead and explore and get some more wood for you guys. So I just came across one of these houses, and this is exactly what you want to see. You want to see a house such as this big, and it is almost guaranteed to have chairs inside. Now I'm just going to go get these fuel canisters, and hopefully I won't disturb this wolf, because if I do, that would be a little bit annoying. If I can just sneak around here, get that fuel canister, get in here, and look, as you can see, there's chairs. Now, there's not as many chairs as I thought, but I'd actually rather take these chairs in the fuel canister, just because how much the chair is worth. Now, I'm pretty sure there's always a wolf in here. Never mind, there's no wolf. There's a old flashlight. That's pretty useless for me. We're gonna explore all these rooms. Okay, there's a wolf in there. I always thought the wolf's in the other room, but there we go. Took care of that wolf. And normally there's nothing of value in here, but what's mainly of value is these chairs that we got. So because of these chairs, we'll be able to do so much more. And I'm actually gonna prioritize the fuel canister instead of that tire, just because the fuel canister, it'll allow us to get, you know, more wood in the future because it gives us more fire. So I'm just going to carry this back. And with these chairs, I'm pretty sure we have 6 logs in the grinder. We will be able to get to the next crafting bench level. We also need the scrap to do so. I hope my teammates have, you know, they're just gathering food. So, yeah, it is imperative to drop these chairs in here. We have 19. So I need a bit more wood, and I need a lot more scrap. So I'm gonna go back there because there's also another area that I didn't get, and we're gonna go ahead and get some stuff. Oh, also, you should check the fairy in case the fairy has, yes, chili seeds. Now, because the fairy has chili seeds, now I know it's worth it to actually go ahead and get these flowers and spend my time collecting flowers in order to get chili seeds, because chili seeds are literally the best thing in the entire game. It feels so good when you're running on a chili. Alright, there's a chest in here. Hopefully I get something good. Perhaps. Alright, never mind. A leather body. It's okay. We're also running a lot low on food. A lot lower than I expected. But this scrap will be able to help us in order to get to the next level. And I'm just going to run in here because I do remember there was a microwave in here and a bit more scrap. So, you know, oh, never mind. Not a microwave, but a tire. Good enough. I'm just going to grab some of these things and probably head back. Oh, I also want to... I'm going to settle on raw food just because I can't find cooked food right now, and I am running a lot lower on hunger than I expected. Now with this scrap, I think we need one more log and we can get the next level of the actual crafting bench. Alright, so the next level of the crafting bench has been made. That is amazing for us. And now we can just speed run to the crockpot and I can actually show you guys how it works. Now, aside from this, crockpot, you will need scrap. We have scrap. Now this is all the wood game, okay? We need 15 logs for this, and we will need as many farm plots as possible. Now the goal is to get about 1 stew per day that you're trying to do. So because you're trying to get to 500 days, it would be best to get as many kids as possible and as many beds as possible. And let's say you have maxed out the kids and maxed out the beds. Alright, each day that passes you'll get plus 1 day. 4 kids will give you plus 4 days, and 4 beds will give you plus 4 days. So all that in total, that will be plus 9 days. And if you're going for 500 days, then that will be around 55 actual days that pass. And for each day, you need about 1 stew to 2 stew. So you will need around 50 to 100 stew in order to do the strategy. And 50 to 100 stew, these carrots, each farm plot grows about 2 stew worth each day. Right? Because there's 6 carrots, that's 2 stew worth. I'm just going to eat these carrots just because I am running low on hunger. But each of these will be about, yeah, as I said, 2 stews worth. And you want to get stewed as fast as possible. Now, preferably, you get like 10 farm plots. Okay, you get 10 farm plots each day. You get 20 stew. You do that for 2-3 days. And instantly, you have enough stew to do this challenge. So, I also recommend the lumberjack class for this, just because you are trying to get the stew. Now, I am going to get the wood as well for the actual crockpot. And I do recommend you plant the saplings next to your base if you actually want to go ahead and, you know, efficiently get as much wood as possible. Now, we don't have enough for our actual crockpot. We need a bit more wood. But I'll go into a crockpot and actually show you guys how OP this stew actually is. Even though I don't have a cook class equipped right now, it is still very, very much doable. And you can, as I said, you can even do it with the lumberjack class. It is pretty versatile. You can do it with almost anything. Now, I don't know why that log's not wet, but I'm just slap it in. Get a couple of logs in here. And now would you take a look at this? We've crafted the crock pot. Now I'm just gonna throw it down. Boom, we have a crock pot. Now let me just show you guys how OP this thing is. So I'm just gonna grab some morsel. No, I did not mean to grab the chili. Okay, so we have 2 morsel in there. I'm just gonna kill this bunny real quick. And then we can get some rabbit meat as well. 1 more piece of morsel. Or 2 more pieces of morsel. Sure, why not? Gonna head over here and we're gonna slap it in. Like so. And by the way, you can just stack a bunch of carrots on this lid. That'll make it so that after the thing under it's done cooking, then whatever's on top will fall in and cook again. Now if your food falls off, that is quite unfortunate, but as long as you have enough, then it will still stay up here. Now you notice how low my hunger is going down if I'm not moving? I think conservative around 2 stews a day, but 1 stew a day should be enough in theory. And as I've said, 55 days, so 55 stew, that would be, if you have 10 farms, about 3 days of, you know, getting carrots worth. And look at this. Boom. Instantly back to full. I'm pretty sure it gives 50 to 60% of your hunger. Now, if you do have seasoning, it will be more than that. It might be like 60 to 70%. But as you can see, this stew is so OP. And this is exactly the strategy that you want to do. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead and show you guys where you want to AFK in order to actually implement this strategy. So you can't just AFK anywhere, because in the new update, they made it so that you can't just stay in an enclosed area, because then they'll actually spawn wolves up to get you, and that will be really, really bad for you. So the best way that I found is to actually stay on a ladder. Alright, on a ladder, and I'm going to show you guys what that means. So in here on a ladder would be over here, but this ladder is relatively small, and deer will still spawn, jump down, and still hit you, so that will be pretty bad. And also, no, not deer will spawn, but wolves will spawn, jump down, and hit you. And also, in addition to that, if you stand on here, the wolves down here will pile up, and then they'll just come on and hit you anyways. So I'm going to continue running around, and hopefully we can find a good ladder, preferably a watchtower is what we're looking for, or a really tall treehouse building. That's also what we're looking for. Those will be the best spots. Now I do see a house over here. I would want to loot it normally, but now I'm trying to show you guys the strategy. Now the tree houses normally aren't at the edges here, because the tree house is more of a low level building. So we will want to stay a bit closer to the map here, a bit closer to the middle, in order to actually find this tree house. Now I'm just gonna use this to light up my area, just because I can. Oh, this guy scared me. This guy scared me. Holy. Alright. I'm gonna run away. Maybe he'll, you know, daytime will happen. Okay, daytime's happening in 20 seconds. Let's actually explore this area. So I do want to get a bit closer to campfire, as close as possible. I do hear the deer. The deer is very, very creepy, but I'm gonna head back here. Deer can probably stop chasing me soon. In about 10 seconds, I should be fine. The deer's far enough away. Now, we need to find this treehouse as desperately as possible. We're just gonna run around the beginner areas here. Maybe try to find a treehouse. And it is daytime now, so I have much, much better visibility. There we go. And scanning the area for treehouse. That is not the treehouse that we're looking for. This area, you can't AFK on here because the walls will climb up somehow and they'll be able to hit you. So that is not an area you can AFK at. We will try to find a treehouse. So I did find a cultist area. I'm pretty sure we can AFK here as well. Let's actually go ahead and cut it down, and I'm going to show you guys. Let's cut it down. Now I do see a couple of cultists in here. Of course, we will be prioritizing the range cultists. Except this guy really wants to come and hug me. So I'm just going to get him out of here. There we go. We do have more than enough bullets for this. I can just sit here and aim for the head only. There we go. And one more guy. Shoot him a couple of times. Oh. We'll be fine to tank the damage. He didn't do much anyways. And over here. Oh yes, this is such a good spot. You can literally just be right here. No, you can't climb on that. I'm pretty sure you can't climb on that as well. But what you can do is climb on here. So what you will want to do is you'll basically want to stay positioned just like this, okay? Now I'll actually go to the one over here just because it is a bit longer. Now here is what you want to do. You just want to AFK here. Make sure you have a whole bunch of stew in your inventory. And every like 10 minutes, 5 minutes or so, you check back, take one of your stew, and then you use it. Now don't worry about your campfire being attacked. You won't have to worry about the deer because the deer can't come in here and reach you. The deer literally can't fit in. And even if the deer does fit in, you're high enough so that the deer can't hit you. The wolves, when they do spawn, they'll like come over here, and then they'll just try to hit you, maybe hit you once and then fall off. And they hit you once, they fall off, and then you'll be still up here. Your health will passively regen as long as you have the food, and you will get the food because you have the stew. So you can literally use this area to AFK. Look, there's a wolf that just spawned, right? And they'll also spawn on the floor as well, because the game, I'm pretty sure, it takes your current location, goes down, and then it spawns a wolf in that area. So as you can see, a wolf has indeed spawned, and the wolf is nowhere near getting close to me. They could spawn like 20 or so wolves, and it'd still be around here. And I'm pretty sure in 500 days, the amount of wolves they spawn, they can't clear even close to being up here. Maybe only halfway to being up here. So you can easily get 500 days or so with this method.